What is going on, everybody? It is me, Taylor Strange, owner of the beautiful Monarch Beauty Aesthetics and owner of Results-Based Business Solutions. Today, I wanted to talk about something that everybody wants to know more about, and that is how to drive more appointments to your med spa using Instagram. Speaking for ourselves, Instagram was huge when we opened up as far as driving new traffic. It was number one. We didn't have a Google presence. We didn't have any social media presence either, but we were able to grow that relatively quickly. Sponsored content performed very well. We offered specials and just built upon that. So Instagram has been extremely responsible for our success, especially that first year. And we still get a generous amount of new clientele from Instagram, and we stay relevant with our current clients through that as well. So this is how you can drive more appointments by using that platform. So first thing you have to remember with social media, it is the long game. I can't tell you how many times we've heard from patients that said they've watched us for several months or even a year in some case before they've actually come in to visit us. So you have to understand this is a long game that may take months or even years to see a huge return on what you're actually doing, especially in regards to organic growth and organic traffic. So always be patient. Now, if you are running sponsored content, that's a different story and you do expect results. But as far as building your brand, building your business, and setting that foundation, it is a long game. So like I said before, it's all about consistency. Just be consistent. And understand that presentation is everything. Don't just throw stuff up, videos and before and afters. Man, I see some horrible before and afters from some of these clinics. Don't do that. Be very, very protective over the image and what you put out into the world, because everything speaks, especially in this industry. We're in aesthetics. It's got to look good. You can't do a great job on a set of lips or some cheeks and then just take dog shit photos. I mean, you can, and I see it, but it's not going to help. So just understand that it is the long game. Don't try to rush it. Just refine your craft and be consistent. I took some notes here so I would not forget this. Number one is educational reels, and that has been huge for us. And I don't know why more med spas don't do this. My wife, Kristen, NP Kristen, she is constantly on the gram, whether it's stories, going live, even just reels in and of themselves, educating clients. It brings huge value to that person. They learned something they did not know. It positions Kristen as the expert, and it shows that she cares. You're doing everything there. Speaking on what you know positions you as an authority figure, and people will trust you. It's huge. So really prioritize educational content. I can't say that enough. Okay, before and afters. Before and afters are extremely important too. This drives a lot of traffic. But number one, you have to do a good job with your before and afters. And number two, you have to take great photos. And number three, your your layouts, your proportions, your symmetry in the before and afters, they have to be specific. And if they're not, it doesn't have that wow factor, even if the work is great. So either that is yourself, your office manager, your marketing manager, whoever that is, need to learn how to do that. And I use Canva for everything. Our nurses actually take their own photos, their before and afters. We've sat down, we've worked on it. They have a great system, and now I can always trust when they send me photos, I have to go into Canva, that they're going to be good. And it makes my life a lot easier, helps drive business. So like I said, I have seen several really poor before and after photos, and it is not good for business. So really prioritize that and get good at it. All right, number three here, that is sponsored content. Now, I'm sure if you guys are on Instagram or Facebook Meta, you are running some form of ads. Personally, I have had more success with boosted content opposed to ads in and of themselves. I've had several people disagree with me, but the proof's in the pudding, man. I've hired several people over the last 2.5 years to help me. You know, I do all the back end stuff myself and always have. But from time to time, I think, hell, maybe somebody can do it better than I can. So they go to all of this trouble to try to build out different audiences and different campaigns, and it just doesn't produce results. It doesn't. We spend thousands of dollars and gotten nothing before from these gurus that go out and think they know what they're doing. So I've noticed boosted content, it remains on your page opposed to an ad. And so that in and of itself, when you see an excessive amount of likes and comments because it's populating in more feeds, it helps your presence too. But not only that, it is a call to action. You never want to have a sponsored post that doesn't push that individual to book an appointment. There's no point in it. Yeah, brand recognition is cool too, but when I'm spending marketing dollars, I want that individual to take action. I need them to do something. I don't just want them to see us for the sake of seeing us. Now, organic traffic is different. I would always recommend some type of call to action. However, if you're sponsoring content, whether it's a new patient special, past client special, monthly special, flash sale, whatever that may be, you want to make sure to drive them to book that appointment or give you a call. So extremely important. And with your boosted content, typically what I do, about a 30-mile radius, their interest will be skincare, beauty, anti-aging, a few things like that, and I just let it go. Female audience from 24 to 60, let it do its thing. Like I said, I know that sounds extremely simple, but it works. It's worked for us month over month, and when we try to do anything differently, it doesn't work. So take it from me, maybe it works for you too. Alrighty, number 4, this one's really cool. Last minute availabilities on your stories. This one helps us get, I would say, at least another appointment a day through. So I would say 3 or 4 appointments a week by doing this. And it's completely free. It is an action that your office manager, receptionist can take on a day-to-day basis. Like I said, consistency. It's the same thing with Google reviews, replying to Google reviews, Google posts. This is another example of the daily tasks that Marissa must do for us. So she will post the openings for the next day, that afternoon before she leaves. And when she gets here the next day, she's posting those openings again. You always want to keep your stories fresh. No more than, 7-8 hours needs to go by without you posting some form of a story. Even if the content isn't all that great, and I don't want to contradict myself and say that content doesn't matter. I wouldn't place a whole hell of a lot of focus on your stories as much as what I would quantity. So with your post, quality over quantity. With stories, quantity over quality. Like I said, you don't want dog shit posts, don't get me wrong, but what you're trying to do is you're trying to stay relevant. And when you post stories more frequently, you populate to the top where they can see that your avatar, that you have another story available. So always keep your stories fresh. But that last minute availability, it definitely makes us money. And it's a free trick, and you can do it every day, and you don't even have to do it. That's what you got an office manager or receptionist for. So that's really cool. And you can also sponsor that as well. You can boost those last minute availability stories. The only thing is you got to make sure to turn them off when the next day gets here. Otherwise you're spending like $30 a day for next week and you forgot about it. Happens. So that's been extremely helpful for us too. Number 5, and you guys probably won't like to hear this, but that is go live. Go live. Plan it out. Speak about it on your stories. Post about it on your stories. And go live at whatever time you say that you're going to, which is typically anywhere from 6 to 8 p.m. is what we've seen works the best. Kristen will hype it up for a couple of days. Let's say we're talking about low face talks, or we're talking about Q&A, or whatever that may be. She'll find some subject that people have shown interest in. She'll just get on there and riff. She's amazing. She is a master at her craft. It is a little uncomfortable when you first start, but eventually you get used to it, and that's where this real connection is made between the provider and the client, or the new patient, whoever that may be on the other end. Also, Instagram really likes that. If you go live, it tells Instagram that you're a real person, and they favor your profile, and so it helps you populate more organically. So if you are to do all of those 5 things consistently, I guarantee you that you will have more appointments and more money, and we all love more money. It's all great. It's what we're here. It's what we're in business for, right? Anyway, that is all I've got. If you guys want a free consultation, click the link below. 30 minutes with me for free. See you guys.